Folks, we have some offensive coordinator news here as Dan Pitcher is officially out of the running for the Bucs offensive coordinator position. He has removed himself from the running, opting to stay with the Cincinnati Bengals, and he was thought to be a top candidate for the position per Mike Garafolo. And this is pretty disappointing to hear. Not super surprising given that Dan Pitcher did just sign a contract extension a few days ago before his second interview, I believe, with the Buccaneers. They then brought him in for that second interview. Dan Pitcher said, I just got a contract extension. I'm going to stay over here in Cincinnati. And that's just the way things have fallen right now. Dan Pitcher, one of the top candidates, not just in the Bucs' opinion seemingly, but in my opinion, and imagine a lot of others' opinions as well, is now out. Very unfortunate news. You really do hate to see that. Now, the first thing I want to say is it's not the end of the world. There are still very, very good candidates that are out there, some of which the Buccaneers have expressed a significant amount of interest in that we are going to talk about in a separate video. And things, I think, are going to work out. I think they are going to get a pretty solid candidate. But man, oh man, I really did like Dan Pitcher. He was one of my top guys. I think I had him at number 2, right behind Todd Monken. And it seems like there isn't a ton of interest right now in Monken either. They did bring him in for the one interview, but Monken doesn't necessarily have a ton of incentive to leave Georgia right now as it stands because he's making $2 million a year over there. And Dan Pitcher just got an extension, so he might be out of the running as well. So the waters are definitely murky regarding the Bucs OC vacancy right now, as it seems like there may only be a couple of clear-cut guys. They did bring in another guy for a second interview. Again, we'll talk about that a little bit later besides Dan Pitcher, but yeah, it sucks. You know, I really did think that Pitcher was a solid candidate based on the work that he did with Joe Burrow over there in Cincinnati. It seems like the Bengals coaching staff and even the Bengals fan base have a lot of love for Pitcher. And I remember I saw a lot of Bengals fans were certainly worried regarding Pitcher and him possibly leaving the Bengals to go to the Buccaneers, with the Bucs having such a question mark at the quarterback position right now with Kyle Trask and possibly getting a veteran free agent quarterback option in there as well, maybe even drafting a quarterback. Would have loved to have seen a guy who has worked with quarterbacks in the past and has had great success with quarterbacks in the past in Dan Pitcher with a guy like Joe Burrow. But that is no longer an option right now, as it seems Dan Pitcher is out of the running, taking himself out to stay with Cincinnati. To be fair, I don't blame Dan Pitcher. The guy's in a pretty good situation as is over there in Cincinnati. Would he have gotten a promotion and that would have been pretty nice? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't blame him at all. The Bengals, they were just in the AFC Championship game. They were in the Super Bowl the year before that. He's got a pretty good spot as it is right now. And the Buccaneers are going to have to keep on looking for who their next offensive coordinator is going to be. What do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.